This is what we call large scandals of little accountability, where authorities fail to adequately address major corruption scandals despite public outcry or obvious wrongdoing. This can be seen in instances where prosecution and investigations are slowed, delayed, or obstructed. This happens when powerful actors are able to do a number of things, such as number 1, influence law enforcement. This happens when influential individuals are able to manipulate law enforcement and other authorities to ensure that investigations are slowed, reduced, or never even started. Number 2, they exploit legal and institutional gaps. This happens when corrupt actors are able to take advantage of vague laws or legal loopholes to avoid accountability. For example, there is a narrow definition of corruption allowing them to get away with serious offenses. Number 3, they possess political and administrative power. This happens when corrupt actors are the individuals in power who are able to use their authority and discretionary powers to avoid any form of accountability for corruption. And lastly, they can use complex financial techniques to hide their corruption. This involves hiding illicit money flows through the use of shell companies, foreign bank accounts, or complex ownership structures. Typically, large scandals with little accountability may have the following red flags. Number 1, stalled or repeatedly delayed prosecutions and investigations. This happens when court dates or investigations seem to stall or have very little progress. Number 2, sudden leadership change in enforcement agencies. What happens here is that leaders or key figures in enforcement agencies are made to resign, are sacked, or are reassigned to different departments. And number 3, there are only minimal penalties or out-of-court settlements. This happens when, in high-profile corruption cases, individuals accused of corruption get off with minimal penalties such as fines or compensation fees despite being accused of serious offenses. Let's take a look at an example. A senior government minister is accused of stealing millions of public funds. This happens after investigative journalists reveal large transactions in foreign bank accounts owned by him. Shortly after, the country's anti-corruption chief announces that they will be investigating the government minister for alleged corruption. However, the government soon announces that the anti-corruption chief is put on leave. The story begins to fade from the headlines after the minister launches defamation lawsuits against the journalists. In this example, the government minister is able to go off scot-free despite numerous reports of corruption against him and an investigation supposedly about to be opened. Here, the anti-corruption chief was forced to retire while investigative journalists were silenced through defamation lawsuits. This meant that no investigations were continued while further public scrutiny over the minister was stopped via lawsuits. Ultimately, this matters because when large scandals or major corruption is allowed to go unpunished, it's as if powerful individuals are above the law. This means that massive public funds are able to be stolen for the personal benefit of these individuals without even a risk of accountability.